Just up a minute. Oh, we're getting mackerel. So much to do. Good morning, Suzanne. There we go. Sunday Funday is underway. Yes, we are here today, and you are there today. And between here and there, we are together.
Oh my God, Sean.
All right, it's not for the corny shit.
Okay.
Okay, hey, thanks for joining us. Wow, so nice. To get started today, we're going to come to the middle parts of our mat. We're going to bring the heels together with our toes angled outwards, and we're going to bring a little snap to the knees, pulling them in towards the center line of the body. Let's draw the shoulders up to the ears and open the palms to face the sky as we draw the elbows backwards. Take a big inhale and fill those lungs of yours. And exhale that big breath in. Shoot your arms forward to open the palms to face the sky. We're just simply going to rotate back and forward with the arms. As we warm up the body, someone can smile. Someone beside me can smile about this gentle approach to opening up all of the muscles of the body, holding the elbows back finally, keeping the palms aiming towards the sky. We're going to take the thumbs, and before we do that, actually, let's just squeeze, give the rib cage a little bit of a hug, and keep that loving going on as we open up the thumbs backwards and gently pull the arms forward and explore the range of motion as we rep this out. You can choose whatever speed you like, slow, fast, whatever floats your boat. We're just warming up. Now we're eventually going to hold open. As we hold open, like it pulse back for a few seconds here. And then as you release that, bring hands over hearts, step the feet to face straight forward, hip width wider, light, hands press into each other. And then we're going to bring fingertips to fingertips as we create two cupped hands, fingertips touching, drawing the hips backwards and bringing the arms forward. As the arms come forward, I'd like you to rotate the elbows down and then gently lower back, open the palms as they sweep past the hips, and close them to face together as they sweep back the opposite way. And let's do that for a couple repetitions. Eventually holding up, and then we're going to just oscillate up and down like a wave, moving our hips, being the little wave-like action between the low and high. Let the knees push forward. Doesn't really matter what position they're in right now and how we're loading. And I like to try as best you can to keep the weight equal through the whole foot. Holding up, relaxing those arms down, and then taking them to the side to salute the sun, exhaling, letting those arms descend down all the way to your mat. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. As you exhale, fold. Draw the hips backwards, inhale, extend. Keep the hips drawing backwards as you bring flexion to the spine. Inhale and extend, exhale and fold, and do that for a few more. Holding down, taking an imaginary string and pulling that neck long. As you keep the neck pulling long, inhale, extend to a flat back, and reverse swan dive back up to a standing position, sweeping the arms to salute the sun. Keeping the right hand reaching to the sky, let that left hand descend onto the hip. As we take that cupped hand, pull it high to the sky, take the right hip and lift it sideways and take that right arm and let it descend towards the peripheral view of the right eye, close as it can get, and then stand it straight, switch up sides, same setup, opposite side, and then gently, just from side to side, sweeping and enjoying a nice lateral stretch as we continue our warm-up. Hope you're having a good day. We're going to have a great class today. I can feel the energy, the electrons passing through Zoom all the way into our studio here. Oh, so good. Anne has joined us. Good morning, Anne. Got all of the ladies working hard today. Bringing both hands now to the sky. Big inhale, reach high to the sky. Powerful exhale, butt back as you fold down. Extended the plank, forward with hands, step feet back. However you get there, just get there, and then let the knees drift towards the earth. and then take them up off the earth. Drive the heels back, straighten out the legs, feel that nice little pull through the calf, and then gently let the knees lower, and then do that for a couple more repetitions. And eventually leaning to upward and backward pull of the hips to down dog, and then a float back to our high plank. And rep that out a few more times. As we pull up and back to down dog, let's take the heels and drive them to the earth and take an imaginary string on the back of the knees and pull it outwards. Push the heels a little closer to the earth, come up onto the tippy toes, and then drive those heels downward. Pull that imaginary string, pull the tailbone to the sky, come up to the toes, and then do that one more time. Do that nice little pull through the lower leg muscles as we eventually float back to high plank. Let the knees descend underneath the hips as we step feet and knees about hip width apart. Separate the arms, the hands have a stance, they bookend the shoulders a little wider than that shoulder. Girdle of yours and let the arms push long. So we have now rotated the shoulders internally. We feel them in front of the body. And now we're going to let the upper body, the torso, kind of drop in between the arms. And we're going to do that a few times as we just create a little bit of movement up and down of the torso. I'd like you to keep your belly actively working, hollowing out, pulling into the spinal column. Let the torso now maintain its lower threshold right in between the arms. Spiral the elbows inwardly, crowd out the chest. Pull that neck long and then take the back of the head, pull it to the sky as you keep the belly hollowed out. Take your tailbone and rotate it upwardly. And then let everything reverse. So this is just basically cat and cow. We're going to affect a little more range of motion with this by simply bringing flexion to the spine, maintaining our cat-like position, drifting the hips backwards towards the heels, and then affecting a cow-like movement with the tailbone and back head pull to the sky as we float forward. Flex and pull back, extend and pull forward. Slowly move and enjoy that little bit of spinal articulation. Holding back, spine flexed, walk the hands forward into a child's pose, and then walk the hands back under shoulders, taking those tucked toes and now elevating the knees, pulling the hips high, driving the heels to the earth, and walking, reverse plank walk back to a inverted standing position. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. And fold. Inhaling, extending. Exhale, folding. Keep the fold and step the palms onto the shins. As you push the palms to the shins, inhale and extend through the spine. Do the same with the neck. Keep that extension nice and long. And let's bend both knees. A little bit of a booty call. We're going to lower it down and we're going to crowd out the chest as we allow the arms to sweep forward. And as we stand tall to salute the sun, let me greet you once again. Good morning. Let the arms relax. There we go. Shoulders roll up, palms open up, shoulders pull back, elbows pull back. As we keep that nice pull back, I'd like you to bring some love to the situation there. And let those upper arms pull into the rib cage as we keep the palms fist palmed, fisted, opening all the way back. And when you get back there, I'd like you to keep that love situation going on with that upper arm squeezing that rib cage and just pulse back for a few repetitions. Now, mind you, if your neck feels a little aggravated, tell it to relax, grow it long, enjoy that little bit of squeeze in the back. And take a big breath in. And as you exhale, calm everything. Let the arms shoot out to the sides, sweep up to salute the sun. And then let those hands descend down over hearts. Namaste. The class isn't over. Don't get excited. Now, take that right foot. I'm going to lift it up off the earth as we elevate the knee. Give me as much lift up as you can, and then gently step it forward. Land on the toe box. Let the heel descend.
You gotta cue that first, not after we've landed.
Isn't it joyful being married? All right, so hands over hearts, nice vertical body. We have that back heel up and off the earth, aiming mostly skyward as best we can. And we're going to piston that foot down and then push back up in the toe box, and do that a couple more times. As we work to finish off our warm-up, I'd like you to think, my goodness, this is a little challenging all the way through the whole range, down and up. And then keep the heel, back heel, aiming towards that earth. Take that front foot, bend for the knee first, and then shoot it backwards to standing. Take the opposite knee, the left knee, and toe box lands as you step it forward. Maintain that balance as best you can. Bring some straightness to that front leg, and then piston that back heel up and down slowly with tension, whole range of motion, upper body vertical. On this next rep, keep the heel earthward, front knee bends, shoot it back to standing. Welcome to our exercise, finally. I'm going to take the right knee. I'm going to step forward. Toe box land. Oh, hold the balance. See, this is balance work. Kirsten always goes, why don't you do balance work? Well, you do a lot of balance work. This moving through space is a balance challenge. Now, as we hold in this front position, take the ball of that big toe, drive it towards the earth, take the back foot and gently push off to come into a one-legged position. I'd like you to bring the full to the upper body. As we use that right hip as the chop point, we're going to come back and drop that left foot, and we're going to do that a couple more times. Pushing off, straightening that right leg, chopping through the right hip, folding forward, raising the upper body and landing backwards. One more time, we're going to switch up sides. Oh. Gently.
I can do that all day long.
I can do it all day long.
No, I just like the exercise.
Now, back heel drops to the earth, power from the front, push back, and switch up sides. Slant it, move. That was graceful. Did that get caught on camera?
Yes.
Feel some editing is going to happen here. Now, back foot, push and power, landing on that right leg, sorry, left leg, keep it straight. Upper body nice and long, and slowly let it drop back down. Let's do it a couple more times. You take the lead, your pace. Oops. And one more time. Oh. And as we lap it down, left knee bends, left leg powers back, and that was so graceful. All right, hands over heart. Legs spread a little wider, then hips just enough room to give us a plie type of position, which body appropriate. And when we begin to descend, let the knees push forward, upper body nice and long, and then up and down, just like a wave, ascending and descending. Few more repetitions with hands over heart. And then arriving in the low position, holding down and pulsing, just to give you a couple little ups and downs. And then slowly bringing it all the way back up to step the feet straight forward, right side, lifts, lands, left leg pushes, and we fold forward. Let the hands go to thighs, or if you can, let them descend to the earth. Excuse me. Extend through the spinal column, pull long through the neck. Take the left heel and drive it. So earlier we practiced that pull of that imaginary spring on the back of the knee. Try to bring that level of straightness to both knees. Let the upper body descend a little lower and see if you can lift without bending that knee.
And left leg a little higher to the sky. Walk the hands towards the feet. Touch, grab, whatever you can, keep nice and extended. And then gently let that left leg descend to the earth. Hands frame that front foot. Step the right foot back into plank. Hover low, hover high, knees optional, hips up and back. Reverse walk that plank all the way back. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Pilates style. Stack them, let it arise. Sweep and salute. Hands over heart. Opposite side. Set it up. Step it forward. Push it off. Legs extend left and right. Thighs, floor. You find that position. Extending through the spine. Keeping that balance as best you can in that weighted leg. Knees straighten. Upper body folds a little deeper into that leg if it's there, if that's accessible. As you keep the spine extending, hands walk to the feet. Ankle, foot, just closer position. Try to lift the hands and challenge. Use any kind of brace you can. And then let that right leg descend back. As you inhale. Exhale, left leg steps back to plank. Hover it low. Hover it high. And pull up and back to down dog. Both knees, both strings on back of them pull long as the heels drive to the earth. Rotate the elbows inwardly. Palms are flat, butt pulls high to the sky. And then reverse the plank. Walk it all the way back. We are inverted. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Pilates style. Stack it and stand it. All the way up to salute. Hands come back over heart. Good morning. Let's just grab a little bit of water. I'm feeling hot. Like I've been working ladies hard. Cheers.
Cheers.
No cheers for you? All right.
I'm done. Done the cheersing.
Done the cheersing. All right. Let's take that right knee, lift it, step it, rotate it. So we have an alignment through the back of the heels with a nice wide stance. Hands are on the hips. Chest is nice and proud. Butt pulls back. We chop through the hips, but we keep engaged through the belly. Now make sure your head isn't falling off this whole spinal tract. I'm going to keep that nice and long, almost like you have a string, two strings, one pulling out, one pulling up. There's that Canadian in me, the out, right? There we go. Now, spinal column long, pull back the hips, and then stand tall. So we're just going to move rotation through the hips, few reps, and see if you can explore the range of motion without compromising the integrity of that spinal column and neck. In particular, now on this next up, I'd like you to engage that six pack of yours. Straighten the legs, take the ball of each big toe, drive it to the mat. Imaginary springs on the back of the knees. Chest is proud, hips push forward. And if you feel low back compression, try to relax it. And if it doesn't want to help with that, don't push so far forward today. Just give me enough of a stretch. Take those feet of yours and try to pull them together. They're not moving, of course. This is isometric. And as we keep that inner thigh activation, let's once again pull back the hips. Walk the hands down onto the thighs or let them descend to the earth while you maintain that nice pull inward to the midline of those legs. Keep the spine long. Draw back that booty. Walk the fingers forward. Enjoy this nice muscle activation. It's not really a stretch. We're giving that nice activation, pulling strong
On the next breath, as you release it, let the upper body go into flexion. Let the hips pull back a little more, and as we cantilever over the heels, let's walk the fingers forward. Now, as you inhale and extend neck and spine, keep that booty pulling back. Take the right hand, sweep it forward, so it's straight forward, reaching, almost like you're trying to shake someone's hand in an awkward position. And then let the fingers return back to the earth. And now it's a left hand shake as you reach forward. And then do that opposite side and switch for a couple more repetitions. Make sure you're not exhibiting muscle memory by drifting forward and weighting too much into the toe box of the foot. As we bring calmness to both hands, right arm sweeps out to the side, right shoulder sweeps to the side, and we're going to continue on the same side for a few more repetitions. Gracefully up, gracefully down. Imagine the fingers pulling the arm out and shoulder, creating that rotational effort. Hips remain stable and square. As we come down with the right hand this time, we're switching to the left side. Explore the range of motion as the adaptation of the body allows for it. On this next fret, both hands return to the earth. Relax the pull with the legs together. Take the heels and try to spin them outwardly. Keep those hips pulling backwards. Walk the hands forward. Big inhale, extend the spine. Powerful exhale, keep the spine in extension. Walk them closer to the feet as we now step the toes to angle away from the center line. Lower that booty. If you can, bring the forearms down and onto the thighs. If you can, bring length to the spinal column. And if you can, bring hands over hearts. From the heels pushing, raise that body towards, the legs straighten, and then lower back down again. And raise back up. And between the low and the high, enjoy. For a few more reps. Finally, rising, stepping the feet forward, walking them together, turning forward to see everyone's beautiful smiling faces. Hands become cupped. Fingertips are our touch. As we extend forward the arms and rotate the elbows, let's draw the hips backwards. As we raise the arms, find a nice height that's challenging. With feet hip width apart, step into that position. If you're not presently there, gently let the upper body find a lower and a high point. As you raise and lower the body, the transference between high and low is met at the foot with a balance of weight as best you can. See if you can get to new lows today. There's an old one and a good one. As you rise tall, stand tall, bring hands over heart. Take the heels and step them outwardly with the toes angling in now. I'd like you to bring a midline pull of the legs and let those hips pull back as you pull halfway down, your version of it. Holding on this, allowing the arms to push forward. And then bringing hands over heart. And allowing this pull of the legs to work in concurrence with the arms moving in or forward and back. With hands over heart, with hands over heart, come back up to standing. Toes aim forward, shoot it up, salute the sun. Good morning, soleil. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Plank it up, whatever it takes to get there, with hands slightly forward of shoulders. Ride the heels to the earth, hips pull up and back. As the heels descend towards the earth, straighten out the arms, pull your neck long, hollow the belly, Now, as we practice cat and cow, we are practicing muscle chain activation. So imagine your tailbone in our cow-like position, rotating to the sky. And then imagine the back of the head pulling to the sky. We're kind of a down dog, cow-like position, cow dog, if you want to call it that. Let the heels drive to the earth. Cow dog it, dog gun it. Push the chest through a little more if you can, and then float back. Let the knees drop to the earth, and then cat and cow. Flex and extend that thoracic spine, and the head and tailbone move between low and high as the torso finds its low point between your arms. And then we come to a nice neutral spine, drifting the hips back to have a seat, pulling over that leg. Well, that was so graceful, a big kerplunk on my part. And then finding that nice spot on the mat to come into our staff pose, our weekly staff meeting. What's on the agenda today, Kirsten? You don't know, because I have the agenda.
Core.
Core, oh, core work. Now, following that, we have a nice wide leg stance. We're going to bring our upper body nice and long. We're going to bring hands over heart. You can also use the arms forward depending upon core strength, or actually the six-pack muscle strength. We're going to C-curve the spine, which is really extending the lumbar spine and flexing the upper spine, but allowing us to kind of descend down, vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping hands over hearts. Let's take that right foot, step it in, and then take that left leg, wrap it over. And we're going to pull that the right knee to the left side of the body, and then rotate back. And do that for a couple repetitions. Although we do not like or prefer antagonism, actually for muscle training and muscle lengthening, we're going to use a little bit of that today. We're going to resist the movement with one leg or the other, depending on the direction you're moving, to create a nice little pull over that right hip. On this next rep, keep that left leg pulling towards the earth, but keep the right knee up off the earth, and take the right hand, reach to the sky. Let that upper shoulder, that's right, that right shoulder rotate upwardly and reach high. And then take the right arm and sweep it directly back with the arm pulling long to the back. Now make the effort to rotate the right shoulder towards the earth. Take a couple breaths and enjoy that nice lateral or side body lengthening. As you release your next breath, let that right arm sweep back up, and then switch up sides. So that we actively work this stretch, we're going to rotate down and back up. And to save the talking points, you know what to do. What did you say? You can't believe I chose to be quiet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. On this next downward rotation, remaining on that right cheek, left hand reaches up and directly back. Left shoulder finds its rotational enjoyment to get that nice left body lateral stretch, lateral side body. You might feel yesterday's class from Kirsten being stretched out right now because of your gluteal mediums, glute man and medial muscles. Maybe your tensor fascia lata. My favorite coffee. Coming back up, pulling the knees into the chest, forehead up to meet the knees to allow us to C-curve the spine and rock and roll up to a seated position. Right leg extends forward as we bring both hands to frame the leg. Let's walk it down slowly. Bring flexion to the spine.
You got your other leg down.
Yep.
You didn't cue that.
Again, left leg, I didn't say anything about it, which means it just stays where it is. I would say extend both legs forward. Walking back up, switching sides. So the right leg posts in, left leg, framing that left leg, walk forward. Yes, this is good for the inner thigh. Sounds like there's an echo there. As you inhale, extend to a flat back, drift it back, sweep those legs back. Oh, I know, it sounds like it's gonna be more work for our body. Oh, boo-hoo.
I thought we were stretching.
We are, but we have one little exercise that I forgot to add in when we were doing our work before.
No.
We always have time for more. Now,
Okay.
and we did this yesterday, so I'm sure you're familiar with this muscle movement. Now, palms flat to the floor. We have a nice little pubic touch or pubic region touch. We have a nice length for the spinal column. So we're really now in a nice lumbar extended position with a nice, lumbar compressed position with this nice lumbar thoracic extension. So the upper spine, nice and long. Very important to try to maintain that length through the upper back. And you almost want to feel a little pull through the belly. If you've got that, kind of getting the activation right where it needs to be. That's the experience that you're trying to feel, if you can get that. Now, I'm going to walk the elbows slightly forward more. And if that's too much of a load for your core muscles, you can always walk it back, your choice. Now, elbows, forearms, palms flat to the floor. Hollow out the belly, almost like you're going to draw your hips up by hollowing out the belly and slowly raise those hips of yours. Try to get them up about shoulder height or your best guess of where that is. Just keep them up. Now, holding on this as we bring an imaginary string to the center part of the spine and lift that string, pulling it to the sky, flexing that middle back. Make sure the neck is nice and long and not compressing. And then slowly letting the pubis return back down to the earth and bringing the spine to extension and also the neck, making sure the torso is not really rising out of its socket. But we're in the best position or optimal position for the shoulder blades, hollowing out through the belly. Keep the belly hollowing as we raise those hips. Imaginary string on the spinal column, pulling it to the sky. And then slowly lowering back down. And now we're going to do 3 more repetitions, a little faster. Hollow out, lift, flex, lower. Hollow out, lift, flex, and lower. And one more time. And then walk the hands back underneath your shoulders, coming up into all fours. And move. Sound effects of what we're supposed to do. Cat and cow. In case you didn't get that cryptic message. As we arrive at a neutral spine with toes tucked, float the knees, pull the hips, drive the heels, walk the hands. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. Unfold by the hips coming all the way up. And then bringing right elbow over left. And then rotating around as we continue back to our stretching. Yes, we have palms rotating to the center. Elbows lifting to the sky. Someone needs to take a little break. I know.
I can't do that.
I understand. And then reversing. And then reversing, and then releasing sweeping, walking forward, folding, and arriving back on the mat, lying all the way down, pulling the knees up and into the chest. Rock and roll front to back. Left leg extends down. Right knee remains in place. We're going to wrap our hands over that knee and gently pull it in towards the body as we lengthen out through the gluteals. Try to rock the pelvic girdle as best you can to get as much of that sensation of touch of your low back on your mat. Now, while you keep that inward pull of the knee, release the left hand, keep the right hand on the knee, and with the hips remaining anchored squarely on the mat, begin to open the right leg, pulling the knee upward, opening the leg outward. Which is kind of redundant because you can't open inwardly. Now, make sure your shoulders haven't rotated forward. Try to flatten them. A nice proud chest. We just enjoy a couple more seconds here. Now, as the knee pulls back to the center line, I'd like you to try to resist it with just the amount of strength to allow the movement to happen. If it's a little bit bumpy, that's fine. It just means you have the right amount of pull. And then let's use it to pull open again. Resisting the opening and resisting the closing. So total 3 reps. We're almost done the second one. It's nice and slowly moving in and out. See how much opening you can get. See if you can go a little more with that, and then see how much more effort you can bring into that closing. How much more resistance you can bring. And then let that right leg extend all the way out. Enjoy a nice hip flexor stretch on that side as we pull in. Now the left side, both hands pulling in. And just kind of like give it a nice little massage in and out. And then keeping that nice effective pull, let the right hand just drop down. Your left shoulder is flat to the mat. Hips remain square as we begin to open away the left side. Again, we're working resistance from both movement in and out. When we start it, just enjoy the stretch, the lengthen for the moment. You might feel the left side oblique and a little bit of your left side belly pulling a little bit, just like we did on the other side, or sorry, right side is what I meant. Now, slowly in with resistance. And slowly out with resistance. You might find that the range that you can go out and open increases a little bit, and that's a good thing. And on the next rep, join the right to the left, pull both knees in, rock and roll from front to back, and come up to a seated position with legs crossed, whatever your preference is. Left over right, find whatever spot. Knee height is irrelevant, doesn't matter. I'd like you to find that nice cross-leg position, body appropriate, with hands in front, spine nice and long. We're going to walk forward and gently lower. Where you go is all dependent upon what's available today. It's kind of like a resource. Sometimes the resource is big and sometimes it's not. Find what yours is today. And let the body just kind of adapt into the stretch. See if you can sink a little deeper as the muscles become more accepting. And if you can, just let it all pull down. And if you're struggling, just tell the body to relax. But don't force something that's not available today. As you breathe your next breath, let's walk it back in. Let's change the position, cross the other way, basically. Find that spot. Let your hands do the walking as you come forward. If the body finds acceptance of this hip hinging, glute lengthening type of work, enjoy it, keeping the spine long as best you can. Let the upper body descend lower if it's accessible. As you inhale, extend the spine, walk it back in, uncross, and extend the legs. Hip width apart. Hollow it out, slowly lower. Point the toes and bring the arms all the way back, whole opposite direction, toes and fingers. Take a couple of deep breaths and allow a little more expansion as possible. And then bring the arms back up over chest and then let them lower down a little more, all the way to the earth. Open the palms to face the sky. Take the take the head and rotate it to the right. Hold for a couple seconds. And then slowly bring it back center and switch to the opposite side. As you come back center, keep the head looking towards the sky. Take the right hand and put it on top of the head, wrapping the right fingers to the left side. Do gently, in fact, a little pull, like you're side bending through the neck to get that little stretch on the left side. Rotate the chin towards the right shoulder. Keep that gentle pull. Feel a nice lengthening. Relax that right hand, let the head right itself. Take the left hand and place it on the right side and gently pull. Any type of popping is generally considered good. It's not a bad thing. Chin rotates to the left shoulder. Releasing that grip, letting the head right again, set the feet in, rock the pelvic girdle so you can get a low back, skin touch sensation. Take that and bring the cross hands over and like a diver would make an entry to the pool. With hands connected, I'd like you to pull the arms all the way backwards. Hollow out the belly. Bring the arms back up. Overlay the hands differently and then bring them all the way back. Letting palm come to palm. Arms sweep back forward, drop your chin into the chest and Pilates style, lift it up and dive it down. Let your fingertips now do the walking, let them walk forward. A nice flexion in the spine, enjoy it. As you inhale, extend to a flat back, walk it back, and find cross legs once again. Notice. Find a nice, tall, long spine, draw the chin in towards the neck. Take that imaginary string we like to use to pull things long, put it on the top of the head and pull everything nice and tall. Pull the shoulders outward, backward. Keep the chest proud as you bring hands over heart. And let me thank you for joining us today. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste in bed.
There they are.